What's up, y'all? Kofi Kingston here, and I would love to have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks, depending on what that drink is, preferably non-alcoholic, you know?
How's it going? I'm the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus.
Soda.
I would love to have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks.
Maple syrup.
Fella.
Welcome to Wrestling on the Rocks. I am Marsh. Klump, who is you?
I is Crybaby Klump.
He is at Crybaby Klump. I am at Ref Marsh. And we are here for our episode 1 again, because every episode is our first episode. Every show is the first show because we can't figure it out. We just try to mask as best as we can post. We fix it in post is our motto.
I might say we're maybe 1.8. Like, this is episode 1.8.
Every time we almost have an episode 2, it goes catastrophically wrong. And then I cry off air. We cut it out, come back, everything's fine. And we go, yeah, no, it was a hiccup.
Usually it goes to the screaming shits within about 30 seconds. So,
yeah,
we're doing okay.
Yeah, I panic fast. I panic way fast. It is October. We still have 10 days left in October. If you haven't already signed up for Sober for October, don't worry. You can still go to gosober.org.uk and you can still donate to the cause. We have been doing this all month. I didn't really sign up the way you're supposed to, but, it's good to support them. Go to check it out. gosober.org.uk. Klump, we are sober. You're sober all the time. We're sober for a month. What are you drinking today?
I am drinking Jamaica from Filiberto's. It's sugar with hibiscus.
Hibiscus and sugar water?
Yeah, it's basically like, it's hibiscus tea, but it's like 4 parts sugar to 1 part water and hibiscus.
Yeah,
it's good.
I mean, sounds good. Sounds
and
good. I know I've had it before. It's pretty good, but.
Oh yeah, and if you don't put that much sugar in, it is the worst thing ever. Like you make it and you taste, and you're like, this sucks, and you just pour in an ungodly amount of sugar, and you're just staring at it like, I'm going to get diabetes from this, and then it's like, oh, this is perfect.
You're like, we've run out of sugar. There's not enough. Yeah. I'm having ginger lemonade.
Nice.
Organic. This is the one that we decided was actually fooling me all along before. But it's all right. I'm still along for the ride. I still enjoy it. It's good for the old tummy. And I had chicken sausage. So I'm going to need it. Can you settle a debate for us?
Yeah, sure.
Is there or is there not a sausage haiku?
I think
Does
that
sausage
is a
haiku exist is the question.
Yes, there is a sausage haiku.
I knew it. See, I knew it, and I knew you'd be the guy to ask. Producer didn't believe me for 1 second. There was such thing as sausage haiku. What's in the chat?
Oh, Aaron.
I feel like you almost made a haiku about sausage there.
Oh, yeah. I was pretty close earlier, too. She was not having it. Furious at me. It's not my fault. She's the one who decided to have chicken sausage. Now she can live with the repercussions.
Like, what type of chicken sausage? Was it just like chicken sausage, or like was it like chicken sausage pretending to be something?
No, it was
like
just
cosplaying.
chicken sausage. It was delightful. It was really good. But we'll see how the night turns out. The night might not be as good as the dish.
In the chat, Aaron's saying, I don't see why there couldn't be a sausage haiku.
See, there's no reason for no sausage haiku. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. It seems harder for it to not exist than exist.
Yeah, there's haikus about everything. If there's no sausage haiku, then there's a problem. Hey, Klump, before we get into the news, I'm just going to throw this out there real quick. There is still time to get in on our signed AJ Styles comic book giveaway. All you got to do is subscribe. Once we hit 50 subscribers, so tell your friends how to join with Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime, so they can subscribe for free and get in on this AJ Styles signed comic book we'll be giving away at 50 subscribers. There's plenty of room.
Right on.
So let's see.
Please join us. Help us out. We have a lot of fun doing this.
Yeah, no, this has been a lot of fun, and I ended up with this signed AJ comic. I've got some other AJ stuff, and thought, hey, this is a nice one to give out to a major AJ fan. If you are a big AJ fan, tomorrow, if you're listening to this tonight, I guess if you're listening to this on Wednesday, then wait, what's today? Tuesday. If you're listening to this on Wednesday, then it's today at 12 Eastern time on WWE.com. They are doing their meet and greets for Hell in a Cell, and AJ Styles is on that list, along with Rhea Ripley, Kevin Owens, Johnny Gargano, and Kofi Kingston are the next ones. So, good group. Nice. Good batch. If you follow us on Twitter, we are tweeting that out so people can get their chance to get that. Producer had a heck of a time meeting Carmella and talking wine, talking changing tires. Hey, she asked the tough questions for us. Klump, remember a couple weeks back when Corey referred to a crowbar as a tire iron? Mm-hmm. She legit, in a 2-minute meet and greet, said, we got to know, have you ever changed a tire, Carmella? And she said, no. And then producer, went, oh, God. She said, well, we thought Corey definitely hadn't. And she goes, he actually has. He's very handy. She's asking the tough questions.
Yeah, everyone wants to know. And
I mean,
we solved that here.
What was that, Klump?
I mean, there is a certain adage in being a handyman that every tool is a hammer, so potentially everything is a tire iron?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Every bar is a tire bar. Mm-hmm. Tire bar short for T-bar.
Some things are less good at being tire irons than others.
Aaron Marsh in the chat saying he's holding out for the AJ Styles signed bottle of conditioner. I think we can.
Hey AJ, can you sign this bottle of mane and tail?
Oh, mane and tail would be good. Maybe it's AJ lean. Let's see. We just want to shout him out real quick at the top of the show, as we are not at the top anymore. Mission Pro, November 6th, missionprowrestling.net, streaming at titlematchwrestlingnetwork.com. Check them out. It's going to be a really good card. They've already got it posted on their website. Like I said, missionprowrestling.net. You can stream it on titlematchwrestlingnetwork.com. You can get tickets to go live. It is November 6th. It is Tournament of Hell, or a hell of a tournament, or both. Check them out. It's a promotion that's owned and operated by Thunder Rosa, and it's primarily women, giving them an additional platform to get out there and practice.
Even the production, everyone's women.
The production too? Oh, very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I read that on their site. Like, everyone's a woman. That's pretty cool.
I'd say it probably has to be most everyone, but I think that her husband helps. So one dude in the whole thing. But it's pretty good. It's a really cool thing. We are sponsoring them, so we want to check them out if you can. Support them. Like I said, missionprowrestling.net. Klump, did you have any news to throw out?
Yeah, I actually did. Yesterday, Paige announced that she had been 2 years sober, so congratulations to
Oh, very
Paige.
good.
Yeah.
It is sober for October, so it is okay to cheers that, because it is lemonade and hibiscus juice that we're cheersing with, so cheers.
I was going to say, when is it not okay to cheer sobriety?
When it's a shot. You can't take shots to sobriety. People frown upon that, man.
Like, if you're a superhero who's powered by alcohol, okay, we really don't need you to be sober right now.
Yeah. Please don't do this. Let's see. Did you have other news?
That was the big one for me. I don't really have a heck of a lot else.
Cool.
Did you get the watch the or listen to the New Day podcast this week?
With Sasha Banks?
Yes,
I did. It was remarkable.
Yeah, no, I thought
it was a little tough at times. They all kind of talked over each other because they're all so excited to talk. But it was really, really good stuff. They were having a lot of fun.
Oh, I agree. I thought it was fantastic. So if outside of what we typically cover, if you have not listened to the New Day podcast, I can't think of an episode I haven't enjoyed. So please watch. And it's not all funny or all wrestling related even.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. They go into a lot of topics. Producer, you got something else you want to throw out?
Just news. Just if you have any other news.
Yeah. Let's see. We do have But we had someone pass away. There was Principe Aereo, Aereo. How would you pronounce that, Klump? He was a luchador.
Aereo.
Yeah. Aereo? I don't want to butcher it, but I'm already doing it. Aereo.
Audio.
Principe. Yeah, you can say it. I'm not good at speaking
Audio.
Spanish. Yes, he passed away in the ring, but it doesn't look like it was involved with any kind of. There was no botch or mistake or error. He legitimately just seemed to have a stroke in the middle of the ring at some point and passed away. He was in his 20s, early 20s, 21 or 23, something like that. So tears in our beers. You hate to see stuff like that happen, especially dude so young. And I only saw amazing clips of him wrestling over the weekend as people were talking about it.
I do have a little bit of other news too, just kind of scrolling through real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Evidently, this is being reported by WFTV out of Orlando that Full Sail University, specifically the WWE component, the WWE Performance Center, and the Amway Center hosting WWE events are being investigated by the county health department as potential COVID-19 hotspots. And they do list a lot of other things here, and it's...
Yeah, they're not the only ones being investigated.
I'm sure of it, and I'm sure if you went Florida-wide, if the places where AEW is performing weren't being investigated, it'd be, I would argue, probably grounds for concern. And I don't necessarily think it's bad when somebody says this is under investigation.
Yeah, that's true. A negative connotation for a positive outlook.
In an event like this, where, you know, I read this and I get the positioning of it, but with everything going on now, I would I would be happy to say, as, you know, a performer, yeah, we're under investigation because we have a large amount of staff here doing this, and we do, you know, in a lot of ways draw attention, but we're doing our best, and it's good, if nothing else. You know, I would appreciate, like, yeah, they're doing their job.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I mean, there's always the innocent until proven guilty. There's always the idea of if you got nothing to hide, then you got nothing to worry about. But there's also the other side of, hey, there's a negative impact and a negative outlook from being investigated to begin with. But there is a number of bars being investigated out there. There's a list of like 8. There's a church, Amazon distribution center, a university apartment complex, a couple fitness centers. So it's not like it's just WWE being targeted here. Producer said she had something she wanted to say about it.
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna
bring that up. Yeah, they did say here in a statement WWE said WWE is not open to the public, but rather operating on a closed set with only essential personnel in attendance. As part of ongoing weekly testing protocols, Aventis Labs have administered more than 10,000 PCR tests to WWE performers, employees, production staff, and crew, resulting in only 1.5% positive cases as compared to the current national average of more than 5%. Additionally, extensive contact tracing takes place, and impacted individuals are placed in 14-day quarantine and then only cleared after they test negative.
Yeah, and the health officer is he said that they are investigating these places because people in their late teens and early 20s were mentioning these locations more than other places where they may have been affected. So there's no definitive, you know, oh, this place is horrible. It's just
they're just there.
It's just precaution, which is you know, good to take right now.
Did you mention the fitness place? What they said?
No.
There was one of the owners of one of the fitness places that under investigation said that they were surprised they were, given that they've had absolutely 0 positive cases as well. So I think it has more to do with gatherings than anything. I do think that it's, like you said, a little peculiar that Daly's Plaza isn't listed, but realistically, who the fuck's heard of whatever's happening over there anyways?
Well, to be fair, we're hearing this, and this is a report out of a local, like, affiliate. We don't know if it's a local network news affiliate. I would be curious to see if the county that Jacksonville is in had a similar kind of story. If you heard it come out of there. They are in different parts of the state, but, you know, I read it and it raggles me a little bit because it seems a bit cheap heat, to throw this, because it's an obvious thing. You're looking at stories, and you might even, I could see somebody asking, well, are you investigating this? Well, of course. Oh, and
Yeah,
it doesn't really make
that's
sense
true.
to be a negative. It's something that is concerning, and we've expressed that. We've heard stories, and we've heard rumblings of, you know things happening there, and we've seen people, test positive, and it's been addressed, and it hasn't really occurred again. Now, that to me is pretty commendable, given how much they're making content versus a lot of other programs.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think ultimately the takeaway is that there's not a major takeaway here.
Yeah.
It's they're they are large. They're a large public business, so anything they do in their hometown negative will impact their own PR negatively as a township. So, and like I said, there's, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bars and a bunch of other places. It's just they're just doing an investigation, and until we hear anything about it, a list of 17 businesses in town is what the department says. Until we hear anything about it, then it's just an investigation. Like you said, it's not necessarily bad news to begin with. It's not like, hey, oh my God, they're an investigation for negative things. They're an investigation because they're a large public company that has a bunch of people producing TV. Yeah, why wouldn't you check them out? And like you said, if it was happening in Jacksonville, I also don't think that it would be bad or negative if AEW was under investigation. And I also don't think that they wouldn't pass the investigation. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, open it up. Let them sniff around.
I would say this, yeah, and I would say this, though, for that affiliate, I would have questions about Disney or
Disney,
Universal. Those are in the same county. Those have those concerns. And when they list 17, they don't list 17 items there. I would guess if you're listing 17 businesses, they might be talked about for the same reason. Yeah, it's a large company with lots of people, even in a close capacity. There are people here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. The only other thing I had on news is really just as we get into it, Sam Roberts, like we talked about last episode, he is on the WWE Network now. He's got his own show, Not Sam Wrestling, and it is debuting this Thursday at 10 a.m., and I just wanted to shout that out. Pseudo friend of the show, Sam Roberts. We're all really excited for this. He is, at the end of the day, like him or not, just a huge WWE fan, obsessive WWE fan, and he's doing it, man. He's succeeding at the act of being the biggest fan. Like, how can you not just love that as a story?
Yeah, last professional broadcaster.
Yeah, last professional broadcaster, first professional fan.
And that's, I mean, when you think of it, that's what any wrestling fan should be. We dream of, a lot of us, and that's something we should be really, really happy for him. We want to be, or have, we would dream to have that ability. So, hell yeah, it's good to see somebody who is a true fan in that role.
Yeah, 100%. He's our role model. Well, one of our role models, also Bailey. So, but you got Bailey, and then you also got Sam Roberts. So
Nope, but you said it first. Sam is our role model. Fuck you, Bailey. Don't know what you did. Marsh switch sides.
Yeah, what happened?
Well, he didn't even get the meet and greet. I think that's what threw him off. He tried to get that meet and greet, and it sold out in 10 seconds. So
yeah, no, I don't want to talk about it. That's all I had basically on the news, though. But we did want to cover that as well, and so I'm glad you brought that up. Did you have anything else before we get into SmackDown?
Not a heck of a lot.
Yeah, I think that's it for me.
Yeah, I think let's jump into SmackDown.
All right, dude. I guess. Are you ready? That's how the song goes, I think. Let's see. I liked how it opened with Triple H and Stephanie out there doing their thing. It did feel a little bit classic cheesy wrestling with the big schmoz in the beginning and everything like that, and kind of doing a roll call thing. But it was nice. It was fine. It didn't ruin my mood. And then, but that did lead into Jeff Hardy versus Lars Sullivan, which did sort of
That
ruin my mood.
ruined my mood.
Yeah, spoiled my mood. Lars Sullivan won too, man.
And how did the announcers get away with saying stuff like, "Oh, the girth of this guy"? I was like, "Oh, come on, dude."
Yeah, it was an unusual amount of entendre they used during Lars's match. Just the sheer girth of this man. I'm like, oh, stop.
When it comes to girth, I think of Lars. Okay, guys.
Yeah, he's
Maybe
an
it's that-
absolute freak.
Maybe it's that they have him under contract for a set period of time and they can't get rid of him, and they're just like, you know what? We're gonna try and make you fucking quit. But he's winning,
yeah,
which
yeah,
sucks.
absolutely. Yeah, if you can stand the heat.
That
yeah,
was
Lars won.
upsetting. It was weird. Like when he came out, I was just kind of looking at my screen like, really? Like it wasn't just a weird one-off. We're not going to see him. You're really putting this guy on TV. What is the benefit?
Yeah, he does feel like more trouble than it's worth at times. But, I mean, in and of itself, as a bubble in that segment, it wasn't a bad match. And it wasn't, no one looked awful. And if they are pushing Sullivan and he is being pushed as a heel, then all that stuff sort of worked in this segment. I'll give him that. You know?
He'll beat
I
you,
don't know
then the real fun starts.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Then it gets worse. Oh, no.
Although, that aside, and us just excited to see Jeff Hardy more and more, they did go on to the New Day. And the New Day cut their promo saying their goodbyes. It was the last match of the three of them all together. Kofi, Kingston, Woods against Cesaro, Sheamus, and Shinsuke. Dude, what'd you think of this segment?
I really loved it. I thought
It was almost too much,
awesome.
dude. It was so emotional.
It was very
So good.
emotional, but I think that was so important. I liked that it didn't feel heavily scripted. It felt important, and it is. You really only get one chance at this, and I'm happy that they let these three guys go out there and talk and be themselves and talk openly, because you know, to me, the first thing I thought is, man, it's just like an episode of the podcast,
Yeah.
you know, where they get real. And I like that. And that was impactful. And I think that shows more casual fans. These guys are awesome, because even in this moment where they're being open and vulnerable, they come off still as some of the best fucking talkers they have, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, and you do see that loving connection. And it was, you know, I'm glad that we got to have this. I hope it's not, I don't think it's going to be an end forever. I think that they'll all meet up down the road, but I'm glad that we got to have this, you know, send off rather than just them disappearing, because this is an important faction for so many people.
Yeah. Yeah, and what they've done in their time together has been really impactful for more than just the three of them. It was really cool to let them see them just be given the mics to say what they're going to say. And watching Kofi, like right away, he was just all like, oh, woof. And he starts saying stuff. And I like that there's a moment where he just throws the mic down. He's all like, man, I want to cry before my match, man.
Right?
Like, it was awesome. It was awesome. They even did a backstage interview after this match. And they obviously said what they said on Raw. And I like that the New Day is getting the reverence they deserve for the split without it having to be a big chaotic storyline split where now you got to pick sides or not like this guy and boo this guy or that. Like, here's a way that they
shows
can
up as a preacher.
say what?
One of them randomly shows up as a preacher.
Yeah. But this is a really cool way for them to split up so they can do the things that the company wants to do with them separately and still respect them as a group and as a unit and all that too. So it was awesome, man. It was so good.
I also like that they went out in a trios match and that they went up against the Bar and Shinsuke. And
Yeah.
And I wish that they acknowledged more that it was the Bar's reunion and possibly their last match, because Sheamus and Cesaro both are a little bit older.
Yeah.
And it was really cool. And I did like that the announcer said, well, these guys used to be the Bar, because the Bar were such a big part of the New Day becoming this huge tag team force in the WWE. This, up with the Usos, I think they're second in the tag teams that made them who they are and what they mean so much in terms of, the best matches, the best segments, the things that made you laugh and smile, the things that made you like yelling at a screen.
Yeah, the promo segments they did with Usos in the Bar. I know that a lot of people will talk still about New Day and Shield, but after that, they mostly talk about New Day with Usos or the Bar. They don't. I don't even hear a lot of people. Didn't they have? They had a thing with the Wyatt family, didn't they?
Very briefly, and actually, I think that's one of the weaker points because it kind of just ended very as a pitter patter moment.
Yeah.
Like, it happened briefly. They didn't. I mean, I would say their moments with the Dudley Boys are more impactful than their moments with the Wyatts, and even the Shield. The Shield were present, but they weren't this. They didn't have these career-defining matches.
Yeah.
They didn't have these, moments where you could almost sense that, 5 people went backstage and said, "Fuck this, we're gonna make the show. We want everyone to follow us."
Yo, people still talk about the Usos and New Day on the kickoff show being one of the best matches of Hell in a Cell. And wasn't it, what was the other, they did it like in 2 kickoff shows in a row where they were just the best match of the night.
I think the other one might have been a WrestleMania match too. It was similar because, and
it was a
there's
SummerSlam
a
type thing, or
there's a lot of those where they were kickoffs and became the match of the show. I don't think that, and I think they succeeded because after a few of those, they never were on a kickoff show anymore.
Yeah, that was it. They were like, all right, yeah, you've made your point.
Making everyone else look bad, damn it.
Yeah, people are really, really pissed about them breaking up, but, like what's happening in the chat, we don't know how long they have left. That we're getting older, and, who knows how many years they got.
Yeah. And the thing is, too, is I think that all 3 of them, just based off of what we've heard them say in their own podcast and stuff, I don't think any one of them would have had an issue if they rode out the 3-man tag up until they retired and were just done, Like, I don't think that any of them would have an issue with that, but I do think that there's also hey, you don't know how much time, you don't know when the next injury is going to happen. Big E's got a lot of heat behind him, and why would we not roll with it,
Yeah, and I think I remember that both Big E and Kofi had talked about just the injuries that they kind of deal with on a daily basis, like the pain, just from wear and tear of the job itself after so long. So I think maybe taking that into account too, that when you've got over a decade in the ring, it kind of wears down on you after quite a while.
Yeah, I'm surprised that the Bar didn't do a specific Bar spot because of that same idea, especially with Sheamus. I mean, he almost never came back. But they did give it a little bit of love on their social media. Cesaro and Sheamus took a picture together, and they posted it saying, one last one for the Bar or something like that. What were you going to say, Klump?
I was going to say, I think also, and the split's hard because you don't want to see them split up, but the positive to me and what has me excited, when Kofi went for the title, the story did have the rest of the New Day in it, but it didn't, just because of what it was, you couldn't keep the central focus on them.
Yeah.
So by having them on multiple brands, maybe what we can do, we can still have the New Day be this powerhouse tag team force and do amazing things, while Big E is another powerhouse force doing amazing things on SmackDown.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, if Big E wins the championship and they do the, what is it, once every quarter, the brand to brand invitational, their little wild card rules and stuff. Like, who's to say that Big E doesn't show up with the title one day just to do a 3-on-3 on Raw? You know what I mean? It's possible. It's absolutely possible. So cheers to the New Day in their last match together as a 3-pack for the foreseeable future, but that doesn't necessarily mean indefinitely or forever.
Cheers indeed.
Actually, this is worth talking about. The Bianca Belair package. Did you get to catch that?
I saw it. I didn't hear it, but I saw it, and I thought it looked good. Well, yeah,
So good.
It was a really cool rap song.
Yeah, the
nice.
song itself was awesome.
Yeah, the song was really good. Matter of fact, we thought it was a commercial for like one of their the WWE shop commercials first.
Yeah,
Or
for
for
sure.
like-
I kind of thought it was a tag out commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, what new gear does she have? Or
Yeah.
what new shirts or
No shit,
merch?
they're going hard with this.
Yeah. No, I mean there was the amount of production quality in that one little bit. I was like, okay, they clearly believe in her already. They were clearly doing stuff to push her, but that one little snippet was something you could just share around. That was one of those ones that's like, oh, hey, show your friends. You know.
I really hope that with that package, I'm really hoping that they focus on her as a singles. Like, I don't think I'm ready to see her teamed up with anyone, honestly, just because we all know she's such a powerhouse that I'm really interested to see her as a singles, just to start.
Yeah, I'm not interested to see her in a tag or around the Street Profits at all. I want her kind of elevated on her own pedestal for sure.
I think they did well by... I mean, I don't know if you needed to keep her away this long. She wasn't out with injury, was she?
I don't know. I would assume not, but I don't know.
I don't think you had to keep her away this long because, to your casual fans, they didn't know that she was married to Montez. But
Except they said it because they were doing so much with the Street Profits and Angel and Andrade and Bianca, and I get it too because I think that had a lot to do with their staffing at the time.
yeah,
I don't think it was a bad deal to have her sit out though. Have her sit out, have her train, have her make some videos, get people to really forget that there's a connection there, so then we can bleed you back into the story in this way where now people are fucking hyped. And what's this audio playing?
What's up, guys?
Oh!
Hey,
Oh!
what did I miss?
Kevlar!
yo,
Made it.
That was like the glass breaking.
That's because I dropped my iPad.
Oh, that makes sense. Yes. Yeah, you think about that. It's going to cost me quite a bit. Kevlar, how's it going?
It's good. I'm here.
Good. Good.
Better
You
late
made it.
than never, right?
We don't need to circle back too much, but I do want you to be able to say your piece on whatever you thought about the New Day in their goodbye segment on SmackDown with the last time with them as a trio.
please tell me you didn't know it. Please tell me you didn't know it. That'd be the fun. What do you mean they split up? Fuck.
Yeah. What?
Shit.
Yeah.
News to me.
He's
heard it
like,
here
what?
first.
Yeah, and he's like,
You heard it here last.
I mean, I thought it was whatever. I mean, like, yeah,
The
I mean,
promo?
it just, huh?
that
Oh my
promo and
God.
everything?
The promo. I'm trying to think of the promo.
Kofi and Woods are like crying on each other and stuff?
Yeah, that's whatever.
All right, Christ.
You say
didn't-
I have no heart. Jeez.
I didn't think he was going to come and heal us. I thought he was going to babyface the thing. I'm honest.
Jeez.
I mean, if we got split up on shows, I wouldn't cry. I'd be like, all right.
Yeah, that's the problem, dude. That's
Yeah, I'd
We haven't been
totally
able to
be
split
cool.
up on shows, damn it.
yeah,
He's just trying to sound like a jock.
yeah. It's like, what do you think I am? Some kind of wuss or something?
Yeah, what the fuck? How about them Dodgers, huh?
Yeah. I ain't no crybaby if that's what you asking.
Wait, that's a good point. Are you gonna bail to watch the World Series?
I might.
God,
Yeah, we're gonna have to
me
see.
too.
But, I mean, no, I thought it was good. I mean, like, you can tell it was heartfelt and stuff like that, but... Excuse me.
Don't die.
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess fuck them. What do you guys think about the pairing of Daniel Bryan and Seth? A potential rivalry there.
I like it.
I think it could be really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think they can go back and forth. And
I was like,
Bryan, cool.
I was like, this is kind of played out. I mean, I'm happy. Well, initially, I was really happy that we didn't see Rey Mysterio come out, and then we did, and I was like, fuck, god damn it.
Yeah, I don't. The end of that segment wasn't as exciting to me as the rest of the segment. The beginning of it, the idea of Daniel Bryan and Seth being in a program together, I hope they didn't tease it to not do it, because I think that could be tremendous. Those two dudes going back and forth on the mic? Come on.
Yeah. I just hope it's not hey, you thought you were getting this, but guess what? We're still doing Rey Mysterio or the Mysterios and Seth Rollins.
Yeah, we'll hold off on this till later. No!
Yeah.
Don't!
What if Good.
I did think it was a waste of Daniel Bryan's return when they announced it, or rather showed him on stage at the beginning. I'm like, they should have just had his music playing, and it would have been like, oh, shit, but they showed him out on the stage, and then, oh, Daniel Bryan for the first time ever. Just fucking have him come out.
Well, they had announced it in their emails and on their social media for the days leading up. So they had already blown the horn on that one. But for those who are not on social media, yeah, it was like, oh, hey, there's Daniel Bryan. And then when they say first time in the Thunderdome, you go, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He hasn't been here since the Thunderdome's been up.
He's been taking care of himself and his family. Why are you wet, cat? Why? No, off.
Kev, are you soaking wet?
I just had a cat jump on me wet.
All right. Is there...
Sorry.
All right. We'll leave it.
Is it piss? No, it's
Is there
water.
litter on your lap? No, it's all right. Never mind.
No.
Yeah, and so then I do think the segment kind of fell apart when it had to do with Rey Mysterio and Murphy. Although something about the Murphy Mysterio Dominic thing and as them as a storyline, I'm not as problematic with as far as keeping Seth in that story. I think pulling Seth out of that, you can let the Mysterio family continue their storyline with Buddy. I don't personally have an issue with that. I'm okay with it and interested enough about it, but I'm not interested in seeing Seth involved in that anymore. He's just, I don't know, he's just a huge star, and I think that Dominic is clearly still learning. So it's never going to be believable that Dominic has a chance. Not now, I
have this feeling that what this is building up to ultimately is that USA is going to have, like, as a follow-up to Miz and Mrs., the Mysterios.
Let me get.
I'd be
God
interested
damn
for
it.
a minute.
Don't think
Well,
of it possibly.
Mysterio's got that cartoon.
What?
Yeah.
Mysterio's got a cartoon coming out. I don't think that
You
Dom
heard
is
it
in
here
it, but he should be.
Fuck is this noise?
Google it. Mute your mic and Google it.
Pull up your Googler and do work. Figure it out.
Let's see.
I did like, I don't know if you guys talked about it, but I did like that they started showing, superstars and stuff like that on the screen.
We hadn't talked about that yet, but this is the first episode where you started seeing wrestlers in the Thunderdome. We saw Goldberg, we saw Ric Flair, we saw Jeff Jarrett, Mark Henry. Obviously on Raw, we saw Big E and Mark Henry again. Mark Henry's been in there a few times now.
The easiest paycheck he'll ever make.
I don't know. Have you gone to one of his signings?
Who's?
Just kidding.
Yeah.
I love Mark Henry.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude.
Oh, wait, is that Virgil? He wasn't announced, but he's just here.
Yeah, he's here.
It's like, is that Virgil on the screen? It just goes to static. No.
Nope.
Yeah. So it was pretty cool. What were you going to say about that, Kev?
Well, I thought from the beginning of the Thunderdome, I thought they were going to do this. I talked about how the NBA would show random celebrities during the NBA games, because it's kind of set up the same way. And I thought from the beginning they were going to have people on there and stuff like that. I'm excuse me. I'm waiting for Bray or the Fiend to pop up here and there, where or one of the Funhouse characters be like, "Oh look, there's Mercy the Buzzard over there," But
That could be funny.
it's taken them a while. I'm glad that they finally done it or did it, and it's cool. Let's see more of it.
Yeah, and they used Bree and the baby for Daniel Bryan's segment. That was good. That was good. Because that was the kind of segment, too, that if there was a crowd, traditionally they would have been in the front row, right? And they would have cut the camera to her.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was kind of nice to see it on that regard, for sure. Klump, what do you think about them having the stars in the stands?
I think it's a cool idea. I mean, like, it's always neat to see, people in there and kind of focus on it, though. And it lets, I think it lets you kind of control the narrative a little bit. Like, we've seen, unfortunately, some bad things happen. So, like, let's pull away from some of the dumbasses by being like, hey, look, Ric Flair's kind of smiling. He's alive, right?
He's doing good. He's doing good.
Randy didn't kill him after all.
Yeah, I was really happy.
He just kind of, like, his mouth moved a bit. I was like, oh, man, maybe not Ric Flair.
I was really happy to see him
in
in the
hospital bed. Just sitting there.
You can hear beeping even though it's Thunderdome. You just.
Well, no, the last time we saw him, he was driving an ambulance. We know he's fine.
No, but Orton killed him in the poker game.
Oh, yeah, that was after that. Yeah. Yeah, no, it'd been good to have him out in the old hospital bed. Producer, you were just happy to not see him in the building, right? Because he's always, like, dancing around, and she's constantly, like, please send him home. You can do this from home. Yeah, so.
I'd be great if they came out with, like, the Pope mobile, like the Pope bubble with Ric Flair now.
Oh, that'd be so good.
Waving.
Or those ones, the ones where you slide in and they bounce into each other?
Oh, the
bumper cars?
big hamster ball looking things.
Yeah, those big, the giant bouncy ball that you just, an hamster ball that you're inside the middle of. They could definitely do that with Flair. That'd be great.
It would have been cool if, like, Migos appeared next to him.
They were clustering a lot of the wrestlers around each other, and they didn't even mention Mark Henry the first time I saw him. I was like, oh, shit, that's Mark Henry. And then it took a couple times, like a segment or two, and then they're like, there he is. And you're like, oh.
It looked like he was in a car, right? Or moving around outside.
I don't remember.
You just see him get a bag of chicken wings. I'm at King's right now. Texas Expedition.
You clearly see him just like digging through a fridge. Just got to get a drink. What do you guys think?
Remote.
What do you guys think of the Bailey Sasha segment, the contract signing that did not end in a contract signing?
As soon as Pierre said, since Sasha's the challenger, I'll let her sign first. I was like, oh, Bailey's not going to sign it and walk away. But I liked it. I like it a lot. Once again, it progresses the story, and it just makes Bailey look like a piece of shit.
Yeah.
As a heel.
Not as like a human.
Yes. I had to put the disclaimer at the bottom. So.
Yeah. Specifically in this instance in the television program. Please don't block us, please. I thought Sasha did a great job with her promo, and I thought that Bailey was doing an awesome job acting on the other side. The way that she wouldn't maintain eye contact and kept looking away and kept laughing off what Sasha was saying, but still wouldn't look at her. I thought there was a lot going on in there that was going also unsaid as well as what was being said. I just thought it was two performers at the top of their game doing what they do.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Klump, anything you want to throw in on that?
Well, you bring up that point of two performers at the top of their game. So to build off the New Day podcast where they interviewed Sasha this week, they were talking to Sasha about being a role model, and something stuck with me that I thought of here. They said, well, they were talking about her being a role model to little girls, and I thought, I'm looking at these two performers, and in many ways, they're the best people on the show, period. Yeah. I think these two can be a role model to anyone.
Yeah.
I could see a kid, boy or girl, and be like, Yeah, I like this. I like these matches. I like these segments. I like these moments. These are impactful to anyone, you know? My hope is in 20 years we have, like, you know, a new crop of wrestlers and you just have somebody, doesn't matter what or who they are, they just say, yeah, no, that Bailey Sasha segment, I wanted to do that. Because this was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I think Kofi even touched on it briefly in there too, said that she's always posting pictures of her fans dressed up as her. And he goes, it's not just little girls. He's like, it's grown women. He goes, and it's not just grown women. It's grown men just dressing like you and being like you. And, you know, what was that?
And there's
Marsh.
There's Marsh with
yeah, there's me. Hey!
Hey!
It's Bob's
Kofi,
time!
He's talking about me.
Yeah.
It's Bob's time!
I think it's 100% true. They're performing on such a high level that, yeah, anyone who's a fan of wrestling, if you're not a fan of them, I don't know what it is you're looking for in this business. I just don't.
Light tubes. I like light tubes.
Oh, that's a good point. Let's see. To be honest, I think that just brings us to the last segment. As far as SmackDown goes, go ahead, Kev.
I have one more thing. I don't know if you guys talked about the Street Profits.
No, I avoided them, but you can talk about them.
I know you were very disappointed when they came out, as was I. But I was even more disappointed that when the Solo Cups shot out, that they weren't blue Solo Cups.
I knew you were gonna be so dumb about that. I think it would have been funny.
But yeah, I think it would have added something to it. Then, you know, WWE shop could have sold blue Solo Cups now.
In partnership with the Solo brand, for the first time in their 400-year business, they will now make blue cups.
They've always made blue cups.
Actually, they make blue ones.
Yeah.
That's
And
what the
Not in
beer.
any of our history.
Black ones and orange ones for Halloween.
Clump's like, my life's a lie.
Haven't you heard the song Red Solo Cup? And he said
Yeah.
that they come in different colors in the song,
Oh, it's a neat.
but nothing compares to the red one.
Oh,
Just picture some old person who like runs the red solo company. There's only red.
Clump's just all like, yes, I've heard that song. And like he says it in the song, goes, I meant I've heard parts of the song.
Yeah, I've heard the chorus.
I'm Redfoot P. Solo the 15th.
I'm fully aware of the song. A little bit.
It was a lie.
Roman versus Braun Strowman. Wait, you have something else you want to say on that?
No, I was just gonna say, but doesn't WWE shop? Don't they sell the Street Profits Cup?
This is what I remember about Street Profits Cup. The plastic cups like that we have of them, like we have like the Hardy Boys Cup that they have in the Solo Cups fashion. The only one that I remember for Street Profits when they were in NXT, it was black and yellow. And I don't know if it was because it was NXT or not, but I do remember it was black and yellow. And I remember you and I said when it came out, well, that's weird. Why wouldn't they just make it red? But apart from that, I haven't looked up their stuff enough to say, hey, yeah, they got a ton of red cup stuff now.
They sell a red Solo cup that's $8.
Oh, that's not bad. It's not an actual Solo cup, dude. Just for
it's gotta be. If it were a Solo cup that just had Street Profits printed on it and I paid $8 for it, I might jump off something tall.
Yeah.
If it was written in Sharpie.
Actually, we have that.
They're employing Curtis
I
Axel.
know you do.
We do have that. Street Profits written in Sharpie on red Solo cups. Have I showed you guys these?
Yeah, we got the
The ones that
when they were
got
still in
at the
NXT.
event.
Yeah, at NXT TakeOver in Phoenix, we were second row, and Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford signed a bunch of red Solo cups and put them beneath the chairs. And so we have a Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins red Solo cups signed. I don't know what to do with them because I don't even like these guys. What else to put it here?
I just thought that was a monument to your drinking problem. I never knew it had a signature on it.
Yeah, no, it's more than meets the eye.
It's not a problem, Klump.
Yeah, it's not a problem. I can
It's
afford
a
it.
hobby.
I liked how quietly off to the side. It's not a problem.
Yeah, Marsh doesn't have a problem. He has no problem drinking at all.
Yeah, I'm good at it, as a matter of fact.
Expert level over here.
Yeah, yeah. What are you, cop?
I heard you my probation officer. Fuck you.
Yeah, I didn't drive here. If that's what you're asking.
Seriously, I'm pretty good at driving when it's just like a few in. It's not that bad.
I'll tell you this much: if we can get past the 50 subscribers and give away this AJ Styles comic, I might give away one of them solo cups if anybody likes them. But good luck. Okay, Braun versus Roman, guys.
Wow, Braun got kicked on the card.
They beat the shit out of him, right? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got fucked. Like
They're
that
really
poor man. Like I didn't expect it to be that bad. Like he got whipped.
Yeah.
and sticking with the little train, the train entrance that Marsh absolutely hates because he does not like that shirt that they made for him.
The fucking Braun Express. That's the shittiest fucking. What's the name? Thomas the Train. God.
Thomas the Tankage.
Yeah, it's so
You might as
bad,
well.
man.
You might as well call Roman Reigns Penn Station because he stopped the train.
And it's actually really odd because we thought that Braun was actually doing some really good stuff with Bray. We thought that, they were really elevating him and he's going next level, and then they kind of put him back to this choo-choo train entrance.
They
with
gave him the choo-choo train leading into the Bray stuff. But I mean, that's just it too. Is that I don't have a problem with Braun. I think Braun's awesome. I'm really liking him right now. I thought he was kind of a boring champ. I can't deny that because we've been saying it here on the podcast. If you listen to the first episode, you would know they're all first episodes. But apart from that, I like him, and we kept saying how we liked him. We wanted more from him, and then we started getting excited when he was really stepping it up, and we could really see a change in him and all that stuff. But the second the train came on the screen, I went, "Oh God!" Like you're making it so hard. Like I just want to cheer for you, dude.
Yeah, either go so silly that you're like, God damn it, okay, this is Braun, where he just is like working and get these hands into everything he does, where he just
You know what he's not doing, but he should be
backstage.
doing? On that same note, what he's not doing, he should be doing, when he gets to the outside of the ring to run around, he should go, choo choo, and then fucking.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Again, if he did that, if they embrace the stupid silliness with it, I'd be okay with it. Or make him compelling and serious. He's a big boy. He's damn scary. Yeah.
Yes. We've seen him up close. Remember when he walked by us, Kev, in the hotel?
Yeah.
Both of us looked at each other. It's like,
Yeah.
I can see what they see in him.
Yeah, he's a monster among men.
Yeah.
That's why you're hired.
Yeah. No, the dude is an imposing figure.
Yeah.
And he's in the best shape of his life, and then he's coming out to this fucking steam engine thing, and I'm like, oh, God. And so when Roman's beating the shit out of him, you're like, what?
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it was SmackDown or Raw. I wasn't like fully watching the TV, but I knew he was coming out, and I think it was Raw. And he's putting on the gloves,
Yeah.
and I thought he was dressed like a train conductor. for a
Yeah.
second.
Oh, you thought he had a little hat and everything?
Yeah.
Oh God,
I was
damn,
like, oh,
please.
they're going on in, and then I was like, oh no, he's just putting gloves on.
Yeah. He's got overalls. Oh, wait.
I'm all for him coming out in like in stripy overalls.
Yeah, a red
Overall,
handkerchief around
yeah.
his neck.
Yeah, I got a coal. What is it? Shovel.
Yeah.
Holding it on his shoulder.
You just
little
have
bird
smudges
feet.
of coal on his arm and face a
Yeah.
little bit. Like, damn. He really came in here on a train, I think.
That would have been a great way for him to like reappear after the whole Wyatt match where he thought he died and comes back as a train conductor. Wow, he got fucked up.
You see, like, the front of the train come into the entranceway a little bit. Just like almost like a Broadway where it's just like a piece of wood. Just zzz, and he's just like sitting in the window. I made it!
With all of these closed malls, you're not telling me they couldn't find one of those little train, like, little kid rides. They could have just put him on it.
He just carries one out under his arm like the Lucha House Party in their fucking pinata.
Instead of a Shotzi take, it's just a little train.
Yeah.
Now, yeah. Yeah. Now, Braun beat down aside, and the sacrificial Braun, as it were. The story that they're telling with Jay and Roman here is so good.
Yeah.
It does not wane at all. Like, and you'd even think, oh my God, they rushed this Jay story. He immediately gets a title shot because of one match, and they're immediately doing this thing. Oh, and of course he's the next paper. Like, there's a lot of ways you could break it down and say this feels rushed, forced, and all that stuff. There is no one saying that because of how well this is going. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was very weird to see who was getting their ass beat down, because with the new shirt thing he's wearing, I didn't recognize him, and I thought, what big jobber do they have? Is this what happened to Babatunde? But when I kept seeing Jay, I didn't care. I was like, this is great. Like,
Yeah.
I am pumped for this. I think this is going to be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be so good, dude. And so they did announce it's a Hell in a Cell match with an I Quit stipulation. What do you guys think about that? Stips on stips on stips.
I like it.
Kev, what do you think? First ever. What do you think? First ever I Quit match in a Hell in a Cell.
I don't know. I like it, but then at the same time, it's like, well, why does it have to be in Hell in a Cell? But then it's like they can add some stuff. But I'm interested. I'm intrigued by it.
Yeah, I didn't hate it, and at first, my first gut reaction was to hate it when he's all like, "It's gonna be the first ever I Quit in Hell in a Cell." I was like, "Oh, that's well,
Yeah.
that could work. That could work in a cell." You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
at first, I was like not gonna feel it, but then just thinking about it, the way that the Hell in a Cell is, yeah, you kind of wonder why almost a lot of Hell in a Cell matches haven't been I Quit matches, because the idea is just trying to blow off the biggest part of the feud, right? It's supposed to be the end all be all of feuds. Why would you not say, not only am I gonna take you to hell, but you're gonna beg me to stop?
Mm-hmm.
Like, dang, you know?
Yeah, no,
So-
like I said, like exactly what you said. Like they first announced it, you're just like, really, it's unnecessary. Then you know, the wheels start turning, and you're like, all right, let's do this. You know, so I'm intrigued. Let's see how it goes. How do you guys feel about after the match, after the Braun and Jay going out to the ring?
I liked it. I mean, it was a little tough with Jay doing the big baby face move without using the chair, because Jay is smaller than Roman, and he did get his ass whooped. You'd think that Jay would take advantage of having the chair and it being okay. You know what I mean? It felt eerily close to Bailey not using the kendo stick, but we're not there yet. So, you know,
But then he did use the chair.
on Braun.
Yeah, then he used it on Roman.
Did he fucking hit Roman on it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
kept
did.
saying, I love you, and he kept hitting him with it.
That's right. Yeah, and then he
And I
chased
loved
him
it.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At first I was like, you know, when Roman turned his back, I was like, oh, I wish he would just hit him with the chair, but I know he's not. He's doing the base thing. And then, you know, I forget, he punched him or something, and then, I love you! And I was like, all right, I like this.
Yeah. No, that's right. You refreshed my memory on that one. That's my bad. It's been a while.
Yeah,
It's
and
been
then
a couple of days.
Roman just got up and Superman punched him and knocked him out, and I was like,
I mean, it's a hell of a punch, man. And Jay sold it like it was a fucking hell of a punch.
He did. That was a sell. That
Klump,
was a
what do you
good
think?
quality Ricochet sell.
Klump, what do you think of the
I liked
after
it.
match?
I liked it. I think, you know, it's building Jay up as this, like, redeemed, really, like, kind of pure good, you know, like the pure positive, which it's funny to me because I feel like they were trying so long to do that with Roman, and it was so frustrating because they just didn't have a way of building him into a compelling story. I think it works so much better with Jay, you know, given the tag teams he's been in, the history he has. Like, hell yeah, you know, like it you know, I think the biggest positive of Roman's heel turn is the making Jay a main event face.
Yeah. Yeah, and I wonder where they go with it, to be honest. I really want to see more of the Samoan Dynasty utilized in the story, and I hope that they have long-term plans and seeds out there that they're able to capitalize on. Like, I really hope that we I want a large storyline out of this. I would not be pissed if clear through WrestleMania we're still talking about the bloodline. If they do it right, I will not be upset by that at all.
They are to get to The Rock.
They gotta get
To
to the
Rock
Rock.
I hope so, but, and this is one of those few times I do get to shit on WWE a little bit, it is WWE.
I know. It's nerve-wracking.
And historically, we've booked and talked about things that we stand by as this is so much better than what the fuck you're doing, and they never do it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, fuck it. Roman will fight Doink at WrestleMania. We'll figure it out.
Don't you dare besmirch the name of Doink.
He's gonna go through both brothers and then go after Rikishi.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kick your apple ass.
Yeah. Getting me a
Gonna have to be two. Gonna have to be a double main event, one for each cheek. Boom.
Boom. Baron Anigans brings up a good point. If Braun Strowman was in the match, it'd probably be a train conductor's glove on a pole in a cell match. Not a bad idea.
Yes,
Not a bad idea at all.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm really excited about where this is going. I felt bad for Braun because he was on his way out and you already knew he wasn't going to win. And then you're just like, well, then they just literally beat the shit out of him. He's defending himself online saying, I didn't tap out. I can't believe Michael Cole said I tapped out. I passed out. There's a difference. Like, yeah, there's a difference. I don't think it's the difference you think it is. You know?
But see, I think for Braun, I think it was worse if he passed out.
Yeah,
I
because you
think
know what?
Like,
Taz always talked about back in the day, and it really got into like the zeitgeist of wrestling, was it was more important to live to fight another day. That when someone taps out, you talk about the importance of why it's smart to tap out there. You know what I mean? And they don't always do a good job of doing that, but Taz did a great job of doing that when he was on commentary. Oh, if he'd held that move much longer, this guy could have suffered this injury or that, might not be able to work ever again, and then how's he going to feed his kids? It's more important to get out of that and try again another time than it is to let that guy break your arm in half. You know what I mean? Like, you can sell the idea of a tap out as a smart move, which it really should be. Every time you tap out, it should be a smart move, right? You shouldn't be looked at poorly for tapping out. No,
Yeah.
just a thought.
yeah.
I mean, and when it does end in somebody, passing out, it makes it more impactful. If you're seeing this too much, it's like, yeah, I get it.
That's true. Every babyface passes out, and it doesn't mean as much as it did when Stone Cold did it the once.
Mm-hmm.
They saved it. They saved it, and they used it well right there because that dude was the toughest SOB. Guys, anything else on SmackDown you guys wanted to cover?
Nope.
Yeah, that was. I mean,
I liked
Yeah,
it.
that
I
was
thought
it.
it was a good episode.
it was decent. Yeah. Like,
I'll throw this out.
it was
I'll throw this
solid.
out there to see what you guys think because we saw some of this online. A lot of rumblings. Fans saying that they shouldn't be putting Jay and Roman and Bailey and Sasha on the same hour. My
I would
thought
agree
is,
with that.
what?
I would agree with that.
Okay, why?
They should book in the shows. One should be the opening match. One should be the closing match. I get, like, I at times I don't like a double main event where you have one then the other immediately after. I think being the opening match is really important. I'm okay with that. So, I
But
don't
what's
know-
the
I don't-
importance of that? What is the relevance of that to me?
You start strong.
Start strong for
Yeah.
what? I'm just saying, for me as a fan, and I'm watching, what does it matter to me if they're on at the
Well,
last hour or the beginning of the show?
Well, when you say it like that, yeah, ultimately it's all order. It doesn't matter when they go. My personal preference would be for them to bookend it. For me. So it's, we open. I would like him to, I don't know where because I think they're both more impactful stories, but have them open with Roman and Jay, and with Sasha and Bailey, because I think that one should be the main event to me.
I actually think you could do really well by actually having more more Jay and Roman throughout the show. Sort of like how back in the day Vince would come out and say, I can't stand Stone Cold. He's not getting that title shot tonight. I'm going to screw him out of it. Then he'd go in the back, and then you'd see him talking to Gerald Briscoe in between one segment, and then you'd see him talking to Pat Patterson in another one. Then you'd see Stone Cold looking for Vince. Where is he at? Where is he at? And then it wouldn't culminate till anything till the end. I think you could get away with doing stuff like that with Jay and Roman. Not the same level, obviously not the same exact thing, but having them sprinkle in a little bit kind of teases the idea of like, hey, this storyline will progress throughout the show. I also think that, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Sasha Bailey were on the top of the second hour, which means they were expecting people to flip through the channels, see Sasha and Bailey, and go, oh shit, I can't believe I almost missed this. I got to watch the rest of the show. I think if you put one or two of the top acts on the top and bottom of the show, you might have someone only watch the top and bottom of the show. Also, at the end of the day, I'm watching 2 hours of wrestling either fucking way. For me, I don't care when you put it on. If that's a business decision you're making, good. I've never run a TV production. I don't have the best advice for you.
Yeah, well, I know traditionally they say start with a bang, cook them, bring them in, entertain them, and then leave with a bang. But I think that's more for live shows, right? Where the audience is there.
Yeah. Because of the energy of the live crowd?
Yeah. Because I think, you know, if you're, like, for the most part, if you're watching, you know, if you're a wrestling fan and you're watching SmackDown, like, you're watching the whole thing.
Yeah.
You're not sitting here being like, all right, let me flip through this and, you know, go back and stuff like that. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's, you know, big enough deal to worry about or talk about even.
Yeah.
You know,
now, that's not to say that your point wasn't valid, Klump, because I do think you have a valid point there. I do, 100%. I'm just saying my other side of it was kind of like, Yeah, you have a very valid point. I'm saying I don't care. No.
Don't make me cry, you bastard.
Yeah. That brings us to Raw. I don't know that there's a ton. We don't need to break down Raw on the same level, but it did open up with Alexa Bliss creeping me the fuck out.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I
thought everything Alexa Bliss and Bray Wyatt did on this show was so good. However, it did lead into Retribution coming out, which, by the way, to new music, which I thought was exciting. Retribution has music. They have a new logo with a flag and everything. Very exciting. And then they just get beat the shit out of by Bray. Well, that seemed weird.
Well, no, Bray leaves. Bray disappears.
Bray leaves. Then they have their match, and then Bray shows up and beats the shit out of them. So, yeah. The match, the whole match seemed a little bit like, it seemed like a time kill to get to the next part where Bray beats the shit out of him. It was really weird to me.
Yeah, I was confused at the types of characters I was seeing because we don't, I mean, like, I was like, I'm not sure who they expect me to root for if that's, you know, if it's the right thing, because I love The Fiend, but I was interested in this other crazy group.
Yeah.
So now I was just like, what do you want me to do here?
Yeah, what do you want me to do here? What did you think about it? We'll start with Klump.
To me, so I like Ali. I like the segment. I didn't like Retribution. Like, I fucking hated how they come out like banging on stuff. Like, I get that they're supposed to be these like scary, we don't care people, but I don't know, man. Guys, it just seems inconsistent to me when you're like, yeah, now they have contracts, okay, and it doesn't seem to fit the goal that they're trying to convince me that these are scary, wild people. Something about coming out and a big dude hitting a table and then running in, it pulled me out right away. I don't know why that specifically pulled me out where I didn't care. I maybe just kind of think, well, this is just silly and dumb. I don't know why, because I keep thinking back to that slapping a table moment. Ali was fantastic. I think, you know, these are competent performers who have done great. I don't particularly like it, but it didn't convince me to like it more. It kind of, like, the idea of Ali being a part of it excites me. The rest of it just kind of got me like, okay, I don't care.
Did you not go to public school? No one slapped on tables to scare the shit out of you? It happened all the time, man.
Yeah, that's exactly why.
That's why I don't like it.
Yeah, that's why I hate it.
Oh, cool. So they're all just like the annoying kid
Yes.
who wants attention. Yeah, they're not. The
Yes.
best I
Do you know what the
can say
annoying
for it
kid who
is-
wants attention does? Shoot up the school, dude. I'm kidding.
Oh my god. And that's why we're episode 1. 'cause we'll have to
That's
cut
what.
that
No, we're
out,
on episode
goddammit.
1. We'll get to episode 2.
Wow, it wasn't
Wait,
Klump
did
tonight.
producer
Tonight it
just
was
offend
you.
when I said that?
No. She's very disappointed. Kevlar, what do you think of the Retribution bit? When we can tie in all the Retribution in this, with Retribution with the Fiend and then the Ali promo. I thought the Ali promo was fantastic and really well delivered, and I'm glad that he finally said, hey, I was actually the hacker all along, because there had been a lot of speculation, and a lot of people thought, oh, they just told us what we already knew. They didn't. They confirmed what we have been speculating, and I think there's an important bit to that. Kevlar, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it was cool that they tied that up. The stalker, or whatever they called him.
Hacker.
Hackers, that's it. Sorry. But yeah, I think it's cool that they tied it up. But my initial reaction when I
Clump's like,
saw...
I'm the most well-behaved tonight.
Yeah, right?
Clump's got like a fucking ribbon on his shirt out of nowhere. He goes, look, I'm doing good tonight.
Says a lot about you guys.
You get a gold star.
Yeah. Go ahead, Kev.
But, when Bray and Alexa went out to open the show, I was like, all right, cool. And then Retribution goes out there. I immediately, like, Raw doesn't know what to do with the Fiend. Like, I immediately thought this is stupid. This was the wrong move right off the bat. Like, it made no sense to me. Why is, Retribution going out there? And then I was thinking maybe, they're the new kid on the block. Like you said, the bullies banging on the desks and stuff like that. Hey, these are the new kids. Let's go scare them. They leave. I think after that, I don't think you need the Hurt Business to come out there, because if that's what you're trying to say, bring out 4 guys that are new to Raw. Tucker's over there. Give him a match. And 3 other people.
Yeah.
And then have Retribution win. Just beat them up, stuff like that. Oh, welcome. We this place. And then Bray go back out there and be like, whatever. But it felt like having Alexa go out there and like basically introduce the Fiend, it just felt weird to me.
Did you, as a standalone moment, I really liked Alexa kind of introducing the Fiend, where she said what she said, which is he's here, right? And then it was let him in, and it led right into his music. What was it?
I didn't think she said he's here. I just remember her saying, "Let him in."
She kind of sang it. She just said, he's here.
Yeah, she did what was it, the Tremors or whatever? Yeah, she went, he's here.
It was like Poltergeist.
Poltergeist.
Tremors?
I don't
No,
know horror movies, man.
Poltergeist.
Isn't Tremors the one with the little furry guys?
No,
I
goddamn.
think that's a medical condition.
It's not a
No,
medical
Tremors
condition.
is the big
You're
fucking
thinking
worms.
of
It's got Kevin Bacon in it. The one with the little furry ones is Gremlins, and you're thinking of Poltergeist. God damn it!
no. You've
thought-
got this mistake.
I thought of
How am I the
Poltergeist.
best one here tonight?
Tremors.
I thought of
Smoking alcohol.
movie.
I thought of Poltergeist because that's what the little girl says.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
here.
Oh, it is
Yeah.
worms with tremors. It's the little furry ones.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
worms.
Gremlins.
It's not gremlins. It's not. There's a different furry creature. Critters.
Are you talking about critters? Critters? Yeah.
Yeah.
Critters.
Yeah. So she's like critters.
Shitty knockoff.
And she's like,
Gremlins.
don't feed me after midnight. And-
That's Gremlins.
What are you talking about?
Don't feed
He's
me
just
after
gonna-
That's fucking Gremlins.
He's just gonna mix all the horror movies up together.
But I don't watch horror
Allow me
movies.
to search it.
I do like how she was wearing her Freddy Krueger ripped up shirt.
In the funhouse, yeah. But the intro itself, I like that she did the whole horror kind of scary thing and then says, let him in, and it leads into his music that way. I was like, that to me played really well. It was the Retribution stuff after it. I was like, okay, this feels a little messy now. But
yeah, well, that's more what I meant.
yeah.
You know, Alexa comes out, introduces them, and then Retribution goes out there, and it made no sense on to why.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, and truly, I'm not interested in a Fiend versus Retribution.
Not at all.
Thing.
I wonder now that you said that, Kevlar, if they don't know what to do with Retribution. Maybe it's that you know, where does this crazy group of people go?
Or maybe they've completely misread Retribution. Maybe they were trying to have Bray come in and show he's the big dog on the yard, the you know, the new big inmate who takes out the biggest guy he can in the yard. Maybe they thought, oh, with Retribution being so big and being so dominant, what would it mean if Fiend beat them all up? And you're like, in their first match? Like, I don't think it means what you think it means. So, Klump, anything you want to throw in on that? Did you like the intro where she introduced them, or did you not get to hear it?
I didn't get to hear it, but I liked the idea of it.
It was good. It was well done.
I liked it. I'm still more frustrated that I had to look up fucking Gremlins because it's
No. No. Oh, come on.
No, it's Critters. Look up Critters, Klump.
God.
I'm going to find you, or you know, you can actually just go back to it later. You can definitely go back to it later, but you should watch the intro with Alexa just to see the entrance, just as a piece of cool intro, you know. Oh yeah, Critters is definitely what I was thinking of. So with that, we can definitely let's just talk about it now too. What do you guys think about the Funhouse with Alexa being in the Funhouse? She came out in her Freddy Krueger shirt, which I thought it was kind of funny, but I thought it was pretty cool. Because she'd come out in that once before for like one of their October pay-per-views in the past. What'd you think?
I liked it. I am a big fan of this pairing. I like seeing her in the Funhouse. I want to see more of it because to me, just as like the Funhouse stuff is starting to get a little bit, okay, maybe we've seen this happen before. I'm excited to see a new member of the Funhouse.
Yeah, the pacing of Bray Wyatt's has been perfect. He came in with like a ton of heat. We were super excited. We didn't care what he was doing. We just wanted to see more. They did vignette after vignette after vignette. And right as we were starting to say, okay, I think we're ready to see something now, they did something. And then we thought it was so perfect. We just wanted to think about it. They didn't push it. They didn't do a ton with it. And it was just starting to get to the point again where we're starting to think like, yeah, maybe this Fiend character is kind of just is what we're going to see it be, you know? And then they've added this Alexa thing and it's given it a whole new life. And you think about it, and he's been around over a year now. He's had like 6 matches, and I'm just as excited as I was the first day before I'd even seen a match. Yeah. If not more excited about another year of whatever this is. They could drag the Alexa story out a year, and I don't feel like I'm going to have a problem with it. They're pacing it so well.
I agree with that.
I'm excited to see where they go with it, though.
Same.
What do you think about AJ having a new bodyguard who's 3 times his height?
It immediately reminded me of HBK and Diesel.
Really? All right, I can see that.
Yeah,
it reminded me of 2 stupid dogs.
God damn.
The big bulldog with the chihuahua jumping around it.
Yeah.
It made me think of Enzo and Kaz, just not terrible.
Yeah, but like good.
Yeah, this might end better.
Dude, that guy, when he stepped over the top rope, the top rope didn't even move.
Yeah.
It wasn't like Braun.
Just cleared it.
Yeah, like Braun, he pushes it down. You know what I mean? But he's so strong, he doesn't have to go on like his tiptoes to get over it. Lance Archer is like a kid trying to get on a bike that's too tall for him. He barely makes it. and he falls over on the end of it because he can. He's trying to so bad, you know.
He's you trying to ride your big brother's bike. Like, I got this. Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, and then when you try to get down and the bike starts to tilt a little bit, so you just kind of jump off and you're like, yeah, that's how I get off. It's my dismount.
Yeah, this was like someone stepping over like the
Lower
dog.
seat for you, buddy. No, it's cool. It's cool. I got this.
Yeah. No, this was like a dog fence in the way.
Yeah.
Well, the guy's just like, oh yeah, no, I just walk over it because I don't want to bother with the gate part. And you're like, oh. Like, this guy looks like he would be hindered to try to use the ropes. He goes, no, I just walk over them because it'd be so annoying trying to get between those, right? Everybody?
Yeah.
And everyone's like, yeah. It makes
He's
me
so
nervous
big.
for when he's going to hit the ropes, dude.
I was just about to say, he's so big, somebody's going to Irish whip him into it, and he's just going to fall on the outside.
Just, ah!
Oh.
They're just gonna nail him. Then that's hard as fuck. And he's
Yeah,
Ooh,
one
oh.
Irish whip into the ropes. He's head over, what was it, ass over tea kettle, and just gets the 10 count because he's out cold. You're like, wow, I just didn't realize.
I want to see him and Rey Mysterio, and imagine they like accommodate the ring for him and not for Rey. So Rey's just like bouncing off the first rope.
He does the first rope anyways, Ray.
No, he does the second rope.
Oh yeah,
He
you're
goes.
right.
He does the.
They should
bottom
just add
not-
2 more ropes when he's in there.
I was going to say, they're going to just put one more on top.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's so good, dude. Let's see. Oh, other big talking points. Unless there's anything else on those guys? On any of that?
No.
Let's keep going.
They split up Peyton Royce and Billy Kay, and they split up Mandy and Sonya, and here we are in a fatal 4-way where Peyton's with Lacey and Mandy's with Dana, and we're only like a month away from when they all split up. How do you guys feel about that?
It kind of feels like a fuck you to 2 people.
Feels a little bit like a fuck you to a couple people.
Oh, you know, it'd be great. These guys on a tag team. Oh, cool. We're bringing Sonya and Billy back. No, we said a tag team. We didn't say that.
Now, here's the thing. Here's kind of my take on it, too, is I've never been shy about not enjoying the Iconics. I don't like them as a team. I don't think they're funny. I don't think that together they're particularly good in the ring. I've never liked them. But I also understand that a lot of people do. And I think if Peyton Royce is in a tag team, I don't know why she's not in a tag team with Billy Kay, because people love that. I'll give them that I think Lacey is a better wrestler than Billy Kay. But I don't know that this. How are we to expect Billy Kay and Lacey to have even equal to chemistry than Billy and Peyton had? They've known each other their whole lives.
Yeah.
And I think those characters are just so different. I feel like Lacey is just they've really pigeonholed her in this character where, you know, we all know how it began with the, you know, oh, you curry favor. So, you know, it started with that, and we're still here with mostly a similar character of, oh, I'm just going to rip my skirt off, and there we go, and it's all about what I look like and my sass. But beyond that, like, I don't have much of a character built for her, and I think that's hard to pair her up with someone. I find that it's more difficult.
Yeah. I don't know that Lacey pairs with much people. I think that her as a standalone act is probably the way to go, a standalone character. I do think that is, it sounds like she's very similar to us, started at the bottom and remains here still.
Come
Started
on.
at the bottom, and there I shall remain.
I didn't say that.
You did say that.
No.
You said she started here and she's been doing all this stuff and she's still here, just like us.
Yeah.
I'm saying, stop it.
What the hell?
That,
Oh,
Hey,
he missed
don't
the he missed
infringe
the
on my
beginning
gimmick.
of the he missed the beginning of the show where you talked about sausage.
Yeah, I had chicken sausage, dude. Yeah, see? I told you.
what is the known part of this that Kevin looks into and goes, oh, fuck no? Like,
I
what
don't
is it
know.
to you, is it the sausage part of it or the chicken part that makes this a nightmare?
Don't know, Klump. This is why.
That was a knowing reaction, like, oh
the
shit.
same thing. She's like, when she brings home, she goes, "Well, I didn't have regular chicken, so I changed it up, put chicken sausage." And I went, "Oh, okay."
I did not know what that meant either, Klump, but we're both learning things.
Is it?
Now it's back, but don't do that again.
I'm trying to move my foot, and the cable's here. Are we back on? Did Retribution take over?
We're back.
Damn, Marsh farted and ruined all the electronics.
Yeah, that's how bad the chicken is. He farted and this happened.
Yeah.
We're back. We're back to part 2, episode 1.
God damn it.
This is, I told you it was going to happen because Klump started the show being like, "Do you think we're probably at 2 now?"
I said 1.8.
1.8
Well,
is math for 2.
In all fairness, it's not Klump's fault. Sorry. When-
Just keep
I
rolling.
can't argue that.
That's correct,
I can't argue
Kevlar.
that.
It is
Well,
not his fart. It was
you load
definitely
that
Marsh's
cannon with
fart.
Chicken sausage turns into electric pulse cannon. Apparently,
Hey,
Yeah.
that is not common
all the
knowledge.
electronics just went to shit.
Yeah.
Clearly, since half of our podcast did not know about that, that's not common knowledge.
What do you mean? What's not common knowledge about the chicken?
About what chicken sausage does to you.
Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that. Everyone would have
No.
guessed that. If you're in the chat right now, how many of you would have guessed that chicken sausage would have made that happen? What do you? Yeah. What do you guys think about the pairing? What was that, Kev? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think it's also psychological with you. 'Cause I remember one time we were kids and you ate a bowl of Tutti Fruities and you kept
Yeah.
shitting your pants all night. You were like, ah, Tutti Frutti.
It's the Tutti Fruities, dude. It's in the name, man.
And if you're listening to the
Psychological,
podcast,
astrological.
Marsh is dying over
As
here.
advertised. That's not on me.
It said it was gonna happen. It's in the name.
Yeah, it's
What's
in
your
the name,
superpower?
dude.
What's your superpower? Gastric distress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he was a wrestler, that would definitely be his gimmick.
Yeah.
You got Natty's
Or
got
you
nothing
beat a
on him.
muffler.
Yeah. Natty thinks that she nailed the fart gimmick. She didn't. She doesn't have the corner marketed on that one. Not at all.
I don't
I
think
would've
she
loved if
wants
the gimmick
it.
Continued with her, like, and you're expecting the fart, and she just like eyes widens and walks away.
Yeah.
Oh no.
What do you guys think about these 2 new tag teams fresh off of tag teams that have split up?
The tag team of chicken and sausage in your colon.
No,
I mean,
of Mandy and Dana.
There was a
and
split.
It's dynamic.
There was a split.
I did like Mandy and Dana's. I like their new entrance.
Yeah. I was surprised at how big of a pop the Mandy entrance I think has with it. With it saying Mandy at the beginning and then showing both of them and having that rock music, I was like, oh shit. That actually works way better than that old saxophone song they had. But I also think they put way too much effort into Lacey and Peyton's entrance to let that be a one-time thing. I think that's coming back.
Yeah. But see, I think they need to get rid of the Mandy part.
Really?
And
I thought that had kind of a pop to it.
You still feel Dana's second fiddle.
Yeah.
Unless they do Mandy and Dana.
Yeah.
That wouldn't sound right either.
And it's like, and then they're all like, also Dana.
Yeah. No, no, no. Dana's here too.
Mandy. Oh shit!
Yeah.
But play the other one.
Yeah. Mandy and Dana.
I feel like they're trying to maybe pair Lacey with Peyton to have it like the Nia and Shayna feel, where they don't really like each other, but they're being forced to be together. Let's see how they do. But I actually do think Nia and Shayna is working, oddly enough. But I didn't feel like it did with Peyton and Lacey. In this instance, their chemistry wasn't there for me.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of it, but I do like the Ruby Riott and Liv, and I did like Mandy and Dana together, but I guess we'll see how it goes. I do like that the women's tag titles are still getting some TV time. I just think it's a weird way to go. Just a weird
I
way
agree
to
with that.
go. Elias.
Oh wait, are we just
And
gonna
Jeff Hardy.
real quick?
What?
You gotta kind of give props to Lana.
Oh, Lana's getting the shit kicked out of her.
Someone either really likes seeing her go through tables, or she wants to be known for going through tables. But either way, I mean, man, hats off.
That's my thing.
That's my
You might
thing.
know me from the one who goes through the tables.
I heard
Remember
Daniel
they had-
Bryan's thing was concussions. I want that.
Remember, Kev, as kids, they had the little cookie sheet that came with some of the wrestlers for the Jacks, and there was like a clear face in it.
I think so. Sounds familiar.
They had like bent up stuff, like pipes and stuff, and there was one that was a cookie sheet that was bent, and you could see the silhouette of a face being like, imprinted in the cookie sheet.
Yeah.
They should definitely do that with a table that's got like a Lana print. Where you're like, oh yeah, that's the Lana.
And you did really like her gear.
Oh yeah, I thought her gear was awesome, but it's the Heart Foundation type gear. She did a, was it a Halikin style, and it had the hearts on the arms. Like I thought her gear was dope. I thought it was super cool, and I didn't think the match was bad. Lana and Asuka. I don't know what people wanted out of it. Like what did
Lana's gear reminded me of the old Garth Brooks album cover, except for it was black and pink instead of black and white.
Hell yeah, dude. That was a good album.
It was. But that's what it reminded me of.
Yeah.
I just looked at it and I was like, okay.
Anything either you guys
But
want to say about Asuka versus Lana? Go ahead, Kev.
I was just going to say, it feels like her gear is, a little late to the party. I know she kind of had pink and black before, but it's like, all right, if her and Natty went out and she was looking like that, all right, cool. But
Yeah, at least she puts a lot of effort into the presentation of it. I do respect that for sure. Klump, anything you want to throw in there about Asuka versus Lana?
No, I agree with you guys in that, this might be the best thing Lana's done, but it mainly was just me being happy to see her go through tables. It'd be cool if WWE released a Lana print tablecloth before the holidays.
Oh,
Like if her just like,
crumpled up.
yeah. I'm down with that.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree with you. I do think this is probably one of the better Lana storylines that she maybe has ever had, and this is probably the best match she's ever had. I mean, I guess that is what it is. It's not like a legendary match. People aren't going to go back and watch it 100 times, but at least she's making some progress, huh?
I was going to say, it at least shows that she's improving. And
Yeah.
that's all we can ask for.
Yeah. This is probably my favorite thing she's been doing.
We were entertained.
Yeah. Elias and Jeff Hardy. I did like the Elias performance. And to be honest, I was in the Thunderdome again because I'm Thunderdome VIP, Marsh, at Ref Marsh. If you have any Thunderdome questions, go ahead and give me a holler. I'm kind of a professional at it. I'm there every Monday. I really liked so as Elias was playing, I brought my phone out and started waving it. And literally like seconds after, so I couldn't have been the only person. Seconds later, the producer on the thing goes, yeah, guys, if you guys got lighters or phone lights, like, let's wave them. Let's see if we can do it. And they're going. And as they cut to the camera and you could see the audience doing it, you could hear him laughing. He's like, oh, guys, this looks so good.
Yeah, I think we made his night with that.
Yeah, he couldn't believe it. And then like they're doing it and stuff's happening. He's just all like, guys, this is incredible. Keep it going. Like he like couldn't fucking believe how good it was looking. And then after the whole segment was over, he's all like, guys, that was just give your guys a round of applause. Like that was so he's like, I hope that didn't kill it for the rest of the night. Keep that energy up, man. He goes, it was so funny. The dude like he couldn't get over it. And you could hear him laughing. It was so good.
Yeah, I think we were all kind of questioning how that was going to go because Elias is such a audience, like, you need the audience there.
Yeah.
He's so great with the live audience, but I thought it was a great job.
Oh yeah, and I love how he ended the concert. And he goes, "All right, thank you guys, thank you." He goes, "I love none of you."
Yeah.
Klump, what did you think of this segment?
I was happy to see Elias come back, which, hell yeah. I, again, didn't have sound, so I was like, why the fuck is Jeff Hardy fighting him other than the car accident thing? But I thought that wasn't an Elias thing. You know what I mean? So I was like,
Yeah. Elias was
Jeff
the one who was
Hardy's-
hit. I think this is going to branch out into two separate stories. Jeff getting his, what do you call it? Like Jeff's going to get his for being blamed for something he didn't do, and it's going to come out who actually did it, and then Elias and that person are going to have their own feud over it, and Jeff will be on. I feel like that's my guess. So I don't have a problem with it because I don't feel like this is going to be heavy into the you have a drinking problem thing. I think it's going to be heavy into the you hit me with a car thing, and no, I didn't, and then it's this person did, and it goes, well, fuck that guy. You know what I mean? So I think we'll get to Sheamus and Elias, to be honest.
Isn't wrestling fascinating that the more reasonable thing we want is you hit me with a car thing versus
Versus
you
you're
have a
drunk.
drinking problem.
Look, hit me with a car all you want, but drinking, dude,
That's
what
where-
is this?
That's where I draw the line.
Yeah.
How dare you bastard.
Yeah.
Just so you know, Klump, we can hear the wrapper every time you put it towards your mouth. I just want to let you know.
What's he sucking on? What are you eating?
I'm just letting him know so that once Kevlar starts talking, we don't hear that as
Oh,
background.
you just mute it real quick. What are you eating though?
Me?
Yeah, what are you eating?
Oh, I made the Pellegrino cap into a little hat.
Oh, all right.
The-
All right, if you're gonna be noisy, just hit your mute real quick. If you're gonna be
It's-
noisy.
It sounds like-
It's awesome. It's a go ahead.
No one
Yeah.
doesn't want you to do arts and crafts. Just
Yeah, just not right next to the mic.
just mute yourself, do your arts and crafts, show it off. It'll be a little treat for people who are
Sorry,
watching live on twitch.tv/Stretching on the Rocks.
That's fair,
But-
Papa Bear.
Did you guys like the song itself?
Yeah, that's decent.
yeah,
I actually liked it.
Yeah.
There was a lot of crap talking online about the song itself, and I was a little disappointed at the community, online community, for getting on that. 'cause
Well, it wasn't
I thought it
fucking
was-
Coldplay, but for crying out loud, I mean, the
It
amount of
was better.
songs we've heard on wrestling
A
TV,
lot better.
this one's, dude, I'll be honest, that might have been better than Fozzy.
Please don't tell me you like Coldplay. I will throw things at you.
Dude, if you don't cry to Coldplay, wait,
Wow,
cried to Coldplay.
lost audio for us.
you don't like Coldplay because they make you cry, is what I'm gathering. Can Klump not hear us?
I don't know.
Oh, he's
Oh.
muted himself.
Wait, can you hear them, Kev?
Oh,
Yeah, I can hear him. Tom can't hear us.
God damn it!
All right.
what is wrong?
Tell
Okay.
Klump he's got to hang up and call back.
Coldplay.
Come, hang up and call back.
Fuck Coldplay.
And that's how he dramatically leaves.
And scene.
Done.
Yes, well, okay, so majority on this show, we loved Elias's
Yeah,
song
we
and
liked it.
his
And I think we're all excited for the prospect of Jeff Hardy and Elias, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, two good talents going at it. There's, history there. So, yeah, let's see where it goes.
Yeah. Klump, overall, are you excited about Jeff Hardy and Elias just as a standalone, like the matches they'll have?
we can't hear him. Now he's mute. Klump, we cannot hear you. Are you still on mute? He said no.
I'm just being silly.
No, I'm hearing his. Yeah.
Klump, I hate you.
Yeah.
That's called acting, folks.
Yeah. And scene.
Acting?
Acting?
See what I have to put up, producer
Also, doesn't
lady.
cut me out. Fuck Coldplay.
You see what I have to deal with here.
This is why you get to drink still. You have to put up with this.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It's true.
Klump, Elias and Jeff Hardy in and of itself? I think they're going to have a cool match. I don't know how
It'd be
deep
a
the
good
story can
match.
go, but I think the match is
Elias
going to
can
be cool.
fucking go. I just.
Yeah.
I don't-
Guys, there was a big return. Actually, it was a big. It wasn't a return so much as a debut. Huge debut. Hasn't been seen till probably Lucha Underground since then. El Gran Gordo made his WWE debut. This was exciting. He had his match against John Morrison. I bet you that's how he got the job to begin with. Probably knows John Morrison from AAA or something. What'd you guys think about El Gran Gordo?
I was again, audio is like, who is larger person with Tucky? It's like, yeah. Mandy's gonna cheat on Otis with El Gran Gordo.
You know, what'd be funny is if on SmackDown, Otis has like a real distraught look, and he's just like, "Oh, Mandy's giving ham to other men." Like, yeah, I saw it with my own eyes. So good, dude.
Giving ham to other men is that's
Yeah. Dude,
that's the best. That's the best thing I've heard today.
it doesn't.
She's just handing out ham jobs.
Just handing out them ham jobs.
Okay.
That's not kosher.
Well,
What do you guys think of the segment itself? I was hating it, but I started laughing at a certain point, and I was like, "All right, come on, let's just do it then."
actually, if you said ham jobs, I mean, it wouldn't be far off from what Kofi was saying.
That's true.
Kofi
Kofi was up there, like, "Get out here and spread our seeds." And Wood's like, "A positivity."
Yeah,
Oh,
when
no.
when Kofi said that, I just heard Marsh go, "Wait, what?"
Yeah. What?
And I ran out of the kitchen. I was like, wait, what's he say? And then the positivity came
What did he
in.
say before the seeds? He said something else to Sheamus, and it broke him. Because then he started saying, "We're just Johnny Appleseeding. We're just Johnny Appleseeding around here."
That was after.
Yeah, but that was after. But right before he said something else. I don't remember what it was. But one of Wood's moves is called the Morning Woods. So. And then Big E was in the crowd for that segment. I thought that was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But Kofi versus Sheamus. The only thing I thought about Kofi versus Sheamus, I kept thinking about what we've been talking about for weeks, is stop having tag team guys go up against ex-tag team guys. Like, I didn't need to see this one. You know? It was good. It was a damn good match. But I don't feel like we got anywhere with it.
Yeah, and I hated how they said for the first time on Monday Night Raw, and it's like, we've seen them go back and forth several times. Like,
Yes.
this isn't a first time in 9 years on Monday Night Raw.
You're making quite a stretch here.
Yeah.
I appreciate you trying, but
Yeah.
no.
Oh, and then Braun Strowman and Keith Lee had a Rochambeau, dude.
All right, I haven't seen one of those in a year.
Yeah. Not since that big old WrestleMania Rochambeau, I don't think.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Not kicking.
after Seth left, somebody had to fill those shoes.
That's true. That's a good point.
2 turds of the New Day.
That's what it was, the turds. Sheamus went, you know, you
turds.
got 2 turds of you. He's like, turds? 2 turds? So good. Those guys
We're
are
adults.
I love that. That was great.
so good. I don't remember, man. I think that whole thing had other jokes, too, that was really good. But go ahead. What were you saying,
Yeah.
Klump?
Does Keith Lee really need to kick Strowman in the balls? It just feels weird. Like, it feels painful for Strowman, but, like...
Well, that was after Strowman headbutted him in the balls.
Mm-hmm. It was a ball for ball, dude.
Oh.
Wait, Strowman gave Keith Lee head?
Oh. No, was it the Ashy thing? I mean, that was funny, but I don't think that's what was breaking Sheamus. There was something else.
Ashy, and then it was
Yeah, they kept calling Sheamus ashy. I agree. So Braun Strowman headbutted Keith Lee in his legions and his nether legions, and Keith Lee responded in kind with a Pat McAfee to Braun Strowman's Express.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I would call that match. I really like Strowman selling it. He's on the ground like, oh! And he was like,
Yeah,
coughing.
Strowman screaming at a nut shot is the funniest sound ever.
Yeah, he was like, oh!
That's a deep moan.
Yeah. It was so good because at first you see the kick and you're just like, damn. And then you see a Strowman, he's just like, oh! Oh! And you're like, oh my God. Like,
And I love how the announcers, when Roman first headbutted Keith Lee, I love how they said, oh, he must have learned this from Roman over on SmackDown during their match.
well,
Roman spears balls. Is that why it's such an invincible move?
well, didn't Roman punch him in the balls?
Yeah, he kicked out and did the whole J spot
Yeah.
where he lifted his shoulder and hit Strowman in the balls.
Yeah. A lot of Rochambeau going, and I'll be honest, that was one of my favorite WrestleMania matches, Rochambeau from the WWE Championship, AJ versus Shinsuke. So. Oh, God.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
Uh-oh.
But I did think that it was a weird way to try to get Strowman some steam back after getting the shit kicked out of him by a tag team guy by having him fucking headbutt Keith Lee in the balls and catch a win in 4 minutes. I don't know that particular segment did anyone any major favors.
So
I'll be honest,
neither one's balls any favors.
I'm kind of curious where it goes from here. If they're both fucking
Marsh
sterilizing each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything you guys want to say about that?
It's going to be a jockstrap on a pole match.
Yeah, a cup on a pole.
Yeah.
If you get to the cup, you can wear it.
got
Gargano's like, that's
advantage.
my cup!
Yeah. Can you imagine the size of that cup hanging up there? Jesus.
Yeah, it would look like Shotzi Blackheart's helmet.
Yeah.
Producer's shaking her head in just utter disappointment. She's like, what the stop.
No, it looked like a goddamn gravy boat for a large family.
Tom is the one where you said the siege to? Is the turds? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then the final segment, if there's nothing else you guys wanted to say about Braun Strowman and Keith Lee Rochambeauing, was the fucking Drew McIntyre Randy Orton promo thing.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it at first. Randy was doing great. You know, I defeated, Daniel Bryan here. I did this here. I thought that was really cool to show how many Hell in a Cells he was in.
Yeah.
And then, Drew McIntyre. Oh, he said he might stick around, to interrupt this. And then they're like, oh, he's locked in there. What is he going to do? And then he reaches behind the guard there and pulls out some, what are they called? Wire cutters.
Yeah, it was so
like,
stupid.
Oh my god! Yeah, no, look what he did! Oh my gosh! He had this planned out the whole time. Just let him walk down the ramp with him would have made more sense.
He can walk down with him, or he could have kicked the door open. Like we all thought he was gonna do it anyways.
Mm-hmm.
He fucking kicked the door off of an ambulance and shit. They've been playing his kick like it's the strongest thing of all times. And it was, dude. Like you said, Randy was doing amazing, cutting this awesome promo, telling a story, and then Drew comes out and fucking sillies it up. I don't understand why they would cut the chain, have Drew go in there and be like, "Now you're locked in here with me, Randy," and Randy's looking scared shitless, which makes no fucking sense.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, oh no, he's gonna get it. Oh my god, what am I gonna do? You're gonna kick the shit out of him.
Yeah, and then Randy has a chair.
Yeah, you have a chair and you're Randy fucking Orton. Why are you afraid of Drew McIntyre? Whether or not Drew McIntyre can beat you or not is irrelevant. I don't understand why Randy Orton's showing that level of fear for anyone, especially when he's not the Fiend. You kidding me?
Yeah.
And then for it to end with Drew McIntyre getting in the cage and just being like, you got nowhere to go. Like, why would you not, if it's me, why would you not leave the cage door locked and Drew can't get in? And maybe he does kick the door and it doesn't break. And he ends up looking up at Randy and says, you're safe tonight and you're lucky tonight, but you won't be on Sunday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then you go, oh, shit, Randy can't get in. Or Randy can't, Randy's stuck in there. He's going to be stuck in there with Drew, and Drew can't get in. That also means that Drew's kick can't knock them out. They're stuck in the cage together, truly stuck. But they do this weird thing where he cuts it, walks in, and goes, oh, you're stuck. End of show. Klump, what'd you think?
Yeah.
And then we'll go to Kevin.
I mean, it looked, again, no sound. It looked weird. Like, it makes no sense to me hearing it from you guys. Like, Randy Orton should be the badass here, and my hope is maybe that Randy Orton is sympathetic and wins. Because I have no goddamn clue how Drew McIntyre's a face at all.
No one does. No one understands that.
Yeah, I don't get it at all. I don't get it at
But,
all.
Going back to the way they ended the program, the way they ended feels like they had a Hell in the Cell match, that we didn't see.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Exactly. So any kind of contact they would have had or any kind of fight it would have been that would need to tear it apart was just nothing. So then that felt more like TV than almost anything they've been doing. Because that felt like, and scene. All right, guys, shake hands, go to the back. The Thunderdome is off. Don't even worry about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
So weird. Anything about that specific segment?
Nope. That's about it. I just hope Orton
ahead.
wins, and I was just gonna say, I just hope Orton, they take a couple steps back, and we don't have to see him much.
Yeah, I think that it would serve Drew very well to drop that title and build himself
Jesus.
back up. What?
I didn't notice
Plump's
my cat.
Oh, your
Plump's
cat came out of
cat
nowhere.
just came out.
Back.
Yeah, no way.
Kiro's in the chat. He says, don't want to derail you guys, but did you hear one match might be double celled with an inner cell and an outer cell? I haven't heard
God,
anything
no.
about that. Have you guys heard about that?
I haven't
God,
heard of
no.
it.
I mean, the cell is enormous. You probably could fit another one, but I don't see a safe or logical reason to do that.
Yeah, what would be the purpose of that?
Because if you get out of cage one, I mean, even when you think about the Punjabi prison, there was a lot of space between one cage and the other cage.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you had different layers, and then you had a space to fight in between them. But with this one, there's not enough space, I don't think, to put another cell in there that wouldn't create a significant dangerous falling hazard, I would think.
Yeah. I mean,
All right.
the only thing I could think of is that if, the first cage, you wrestle, you get through, and then there's weapons hanging in the outer, or like in between the two, but.
Oh, sort of like that Cole Gargano match?
Yeah.
Uh.
But I just don't see the purpose or point, especially since they really haven't built it up unless they do something on SmackDown with it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know that I'd be interested in that. I mean, if it happened, I would obviously be watching it. But
Yeah.
I don't
mean,
see a purpose for it storyline-wise.
Yeah, if they built up to it, it might be interesting. It might be an interesting concept. Like,
Yeah, because, I mean...
you have to not only escape one cell, but you have to escape the second one as well. Okay.
Exactly. If it was like a Punjabi prison style match where it's like you have to get out to win, that'd be one thing. But these cells, the Hell in a Cell's meant to be you can't get out, although people constantly break out. If it was like someone's second Hell in a Cell, like if it was I don't know, just going way back. If this was like Shawn and Undertaker in Hell in a Cell again, and like we're gonna put a second cell because you can't break out of this time, you know what I mean? Like I could see that. But where we're standing now with so many matches staying within the cell, I don't see a logical reason to have a second cell in there. They're staying within it. Are you guys excited about Hell in a Cell coming up this Sunday?
Yeah, Klump's typing something. So what's
Yeah,
up,
he's looking up
Klump?
a thing. Klump, are you excited about Hell in a Cell?
I am. I'm actually excited. I'm not excited for this fucking match, but I'm excited for Roman and Jay. I'm excited for Sasha and Bailey. This I could give a fuck about, but that's me.
Right? This one feels like out of all the matches, this is the. I mean, we've only got those 3 matches they've really told us about, to be quite honest. But
I
out of
am
those matches,
happy-
this is the one where it's all like, if it didn't even happen, I wouldn't even notice.
What I was gonna say is I'm happy that we switched to merged pay-per-views, because if I had to watch a Raw pay-per-view, I'd be like, fuck. Like oh cool, we're gonna watch this shit. Okay.
Clump's like, why are you guys the only ones who get to drink?
Yeah. Break my sobriety for this bullshit.
Yeah. Kev, what do you think? You excited for Hell in a Cell?
Yeah, I'm excited. Like Klump said, you know, with the matches that they've set forth, this is the one I'm least interested in. But I just think it's because we pretty much know Drew's gonna win.
Yeah.
And if Randy won, I think I'm excited and happy for it. But I just don't see it happening. And then, you know, Keith Lee versus Braun Strowman, you know, they challenge each other. I'm sure that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Or no, Elias and Jeff Hardy as well. You know, decent matches, like good talent against each other. So, you know, and once again with Braun, like when he's got somebody, you know, close to his size, he works well with them and shows a lot more athleticism than he can't with smaller guys. So,
Yeah. Well, I think back to his Big Show matches and his Brock Lesnar match as being ones that he looked the most impressive. I remember both of us watching those together and just being like, "Oh my god!" Like,
yeah,
Braun can go. So yeah, him with Keith Lee, that does sound pretty enticing for them to get an honest match. I was gonna ask about a thing real quick. Oh, Roman and Jay. They said that it's an I Quit match, and if you quit, then there's going to be the worst consequences of all time. But they didn't say what those were, and my hunch tells me they won't on SmackDown, because I think that the attitude you walk in with there, as if you're Roman, is, what are you worried about, Jay? You're going to win, right? You're not going to quit. You know? Yeah. Like if Jay were to be like, I want to know what those are. Why? You're not going to quit. So what does it matter what they are? And then when he quits, because he's going to quit because he's a little dude, then Roman's like, oh, yeah, now I'm going to actually stab you in the gut with a wrench. And he just starts beating shit out of him. Or whatever it's going to be. I don't know. Or like he sits there and like buys him a kitten in a box and steps on it. You know what I mean? What? I'm thinking of bad stipulate. That would be horrible.
I'm going to hammer these 10-penny nails in your pee hole. What?
Yeah. You know? And then Jay's like, God, if I'd known that, I wouldn't have probably quit.
I'm a pee hole.
Yeah. Kuro saying, watch the I Quit means he quits from WWE. I think that is a possibility for sure, but I mean, he says it's the greatest consequences of any WWE match. We've had plenty of quit WWE matches. We had one in SummerSlam. So I just think it's going to be something. It's going to be something slightly different.
I think it's going to be a family. I think it's going to be a family-oriented thing. Like you have to leave the tribe or whatever, and
tattoo removal.
Or you can never work with your brother.
You're not invited to the family Thanksgiving dinner.
One of those big tattoo removal guns come out like, oh shit, no.
Yeah, laser tattoo removal immediately.
Or he can never work.
Match.
Yeah, possibly like never working with your tag partner again, like the Usos breaking up the Usos. But I don't know, because you've had like tag teams breaking up before. I think it's gonna be bloodline related. Everything I think of just seems like, yeah, but is it that much? Is it really more than we've ever seen? Like, I don't know. Kuro says yes, but remember Jay's promo was WWE his livelihood. Yeah, so I guess if they broke it down that way and said you have to find a new livelihood, it doesn't sound like leave WWE. It sounds like leave wrestling. That might be more. But they've had retirement matches. It's just tough. It's tough because I think all those things could be an edge to it, but with them saying bigger consequences than we've ever seen, just makes me think there's going to be some kind of spin that, like you guys said, is probably family related. Like, you know, you can't go by Uso anymore, or I don't know. You got to team up with Samoa
What if-
Joe.
What if he loses his kids? No, they're Roman's kids.
Yeah, they're just Roman's kids now.
Yeah.
Your name is now Jay Sheppelwire.
Yeah.
What?
Shepovitz.
Jay Schmaltzman.
Any speculation you guys have on that besides just family related?
I just think it's family, bloodline related type of stuff.
Did they call you? Because, I mean, it could be like, we feed you chicken sausage and you fart in Jay's mouth.
Could be chicken sausage.
You get a stink face. And we fed Rikishi chicken sausage. No!
Kiro agrees. He's no longer allowed to be a Samoan. You have to have a different literal heritage. I don't know. I'm interested. I'm really interested to see where it goes because they've been doing such a good job with this story. I want to see what's the culmination of this particular part of the arc because I feel like it's going to keep building after that. So I think whatever it is, it's not as final as it sounds. What if they just cut his ear right off?
What if you lose your heritage? He comes out as a new, more offensive, fucked up version of Kerwin White.
Yeah, just like super offensive.
Oh no.
Yeah. Kuro just says he comes out, tan guy Uso. Anything else you guys want to talk about?
No, I think that's it. It was a decent week of wrestling overall, I'll say that.
It was fun.
Other than Randy Orton and Drew, I thought everything was okay.
Yeah, it was a pretty good Raw. Kev, what were you about to say?
There's one thing I missed on the news segment, but I don't know if you guys talked about MLW.
No.
So MLW hired Tim Donaghy, I think is how you pronounce his name, the ex-NBA ref.
Okay.
Donahue?
No, it's Donaghy, I think.
Ew.
But anyways, they hired the ex-NBA ref that went to prison and shit like that for wire fraud and betting on games and, fixing games and stuff like that.
This sounds like some Vince McMahon 90s shit.
He doesn't sound impartial, I'm not going to lie.
Like, I don't know, growing up a Suns fan, and he had, like, they mentioned games that he worked and Suns games and stuff like that, so I
I'm interested in this soap opera.
But I just, to me, it's like, if, especially to be a referee, it'd be like if Mike Vick was hired to, judge a dog show.
Yeah. You'd be like,
I
man.
would love that.
You'd be like, he may have done a lot of things
to
find forgiveness, but maybe it just isn't the move.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was said that McMahon at one point for WrestleMania wanted an O.J. Simpson appearance, and they're like, "This might be in poor taste."
Yeah.
But which year? If it was in the 70s.
The year that they did the
Or
year that
was-
Roddy Piper and I think it was the year Roddy Piper and
Goldust. It was the
Goldust
it was the
had
Hollywood.
their match that they used fucking recordings from the Bronco chase.
Yeah, I think that's why they had him or something. But
Yeah.
either way, they hired him to do what? He's going to be a ref?
Yeah, he's going to be a ref.
That doesn't make any sense, man.
Yeah.
In the sense
of
of
course.
like the thematics of it makes sense, like he's
No,
we know
because you
he-
can't have a heel ref, dude. This isn't the NWA. Oh, this isn't fucking sold out. Like you can't have bad guy refs where you go like, well, that's the guy who fucking takes bribes to cheat to win. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, if
we've
you had a
done
$1
it
Million Man
before.
character, it would make sense.
Yeah. We've done it before.
Kira says MLW is secretly WCW. Yeah, well,
No, AEW secretly WCW.
Oh,
that's true.
there's no secret about
MLW
that.
secretly NWO.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. I'm reading up on it.
Is it?
Sports Illustrated article.
Sports Illustrated?
Yeah, so the article from Sports Illustrated quotes him as saying, Pro wrestling is entertainment, and I always joke that the NBA was a form of entertainment, and I compared it a little bit to pro wrestling behind the scenes," says Donaghy, who will be donning the striped officials' jerseys for the first time since 2007. when I was growing up, I always enjoyed pro wrestling. Guys like Hogan and Putski. I thought it would be fun to get involved and see where it goes. So yeah, that's what
He's
the
like,
article
I was
says.
always joking behind the scenes how it's just pro wrestling. No one else agreed, but I kept saying it because all the shit was fixed. Everyone didn't know it.
Yeah, I knew the outcome, but
Yeah. What the fuck?
but even because I read that statement too, and it was even just the way he said that, I'm just like, oh fuck this guy.
Yeah, dude. That's a heel.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting. Towards the end of the article.
Yeah. Kuro says it best. I fixed games and went to jail. I'm totally qualified to be a ref.
I'm
just
great
wrestling.
at making external factors work.
Yeah. I don't know how you bring that guy in.
The MLW,
Yeah.
Jared St. Laurent, it was his idea, apparently.
Okay.
I don't know if you know that person.
But
Also,
I mean, I see where they might be coming from, where it's like, hey, we can hire this guy and it'll get us the national exposure. And clearly it has, because I guarantee you, Sports Illustrated has never covered anything MLW related.
That's
But-
true.
Yeah. But like
And
I said,
I'll tell you this
like-
much. I blame this on Aubrey. Everyone thinks refs got to have a fucking personality. Now they got themselves a heel ref in MLW.
Yeah, I mean, even at the end of the article, he says, if, quote, if there's a good response, who knows where it can go from here? Donaghy says, I'm willing to do whatever I can to make the show entertaining and fun for everyone watching, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
Yeah, I'm sure you're willing. I'm sure you're really willing to do whatever you can.
I blame this on Earl Hebner.
Don't you dare.
First heel
All
ref.
your fucking first. Actually, no, blame it on that fucker Dave Hebner.
Let's see. The only ref allowed to have personality, according to Kuro, is John Cone, and his personality is a brick wall. I like John Cone. He was really nice to me when I met him. But still, that is wild. That's so weird.
I remember what news we did not speak of. Is there any news in terms of refs? Any refs having any shows anytime soon?
I think you're going to need to say what you're actually trying to say. Yoda was announced for ad-free shows. I don't know much other than that, other than if you go to adfreeshows.com, you can pay them money, or you can subscribe to our show where you get a ref every day with no ads because I've got nothing to sell you. I'm excited to see what Mike Yoda has to say, but I don't know if it's a one-time thing. I don't know a lot about it. But he had a really good interview when he did the episode with, I think it was Jericho. But he's going to be doing stuff in ad-free shows. We are WrestlingOnTheRocks.com, and you can subscribe to us, give us the 5-star rating, reviews, all those things. Anything else you guys wanted to hit before last call?
Nah,
I think that's it.
just do this.
All right, guys. Find us on WrestlingOnTheRocks.com. Hit up all of our links. Follow them all. Share them all. Get your friends to subscribe so you can get in on this AJ Styles autographed comic we're begging to give away. Guys, I think that's last call. We'll see you on Thursday where we can chase Wednesday Night Wrestling with a drink. Guys, cheers.
Cheers.